It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Saints take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
8 yards to go.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. They'll send Landry in motion right. On 3rd down, Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Landry now in motion right. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 45 yards rushing for it now at his first 2 carries of the ballgame. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
From the 9, 2nd and 5. They'll try to throw now. Winston. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Fourth down, Winston. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. First and 10 for the Panthers as Corral gets them set at their own 11. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
And some space here. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Panthers.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Tyrann Mathieu showing off a bit on that stop. Really nice tackle for loss. No score after one on EA Sports. Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. Switching it up, Corral going to throw here. Throw left side, going to be caught by Chenault. On the move past the 40. Still going. Touchdown, Carolina! Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Fields it right around the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. First down, Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
Complete to Alvin Kamara. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 23-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. Alvin Kamara wheeling it in on back-to-back plays. And down he'll go at the 25. 2 yards, good enough for a first. The Saints at 13-3 now on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one. As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes. You can read his hands. And you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
They'll throw again. Winston. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here's Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Winston, and he's got the hook up to Landry. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Jameis to throw it. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. They'll send Landry in motion right. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
At the 43-yard line.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Landry now in motion right. Now Winston. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires, and the Panthers will get the football back. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. A first down throw here for Corral. Sliding out of the pocket. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes, because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. pick up the first. On third down, Corral. Able to complete this to Shenault. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2 is not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Here's Corral on first down. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it's now 14-0.
14, Saints nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something. Being shut out right now, they could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game.
Corral under pressure, and down he goes. Marcus Davenport in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They go quickly here out to Moore. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. It's Shenault. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Ready? 3, 2, 3.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Inside the booth alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This one taken just inside the 10. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. A timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 69 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On second down and 4, Corral. That is caught by Anderson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second. Another try after the first down sack. Corral looking left side, and it's complete. A nice pickup there, 19 yards, and they're set up better for third.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. Through the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be fourth down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on third and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
First down 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They go play action. Winston. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Smith, the man in motion left. Throwing again. Winston on 2nd and 10. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. David Onyemata there on the tackle. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and right back to McCaffrey. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Corral from the gun on 3rd down here. That pass complete to Moore. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Corral to Moore there. Good for a Carolina first. On 1st down, Corral. He's got a man. Complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
First down, Panthers.
On 1st down, it's Corral. And that's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. To the air again with Corral. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to make it 4th down. Gonzalez's kick is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
That's good for the Saints.
A 1st down throw for Winston. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Winston. He's got his man. This is Tate. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Winston. Another catch for Tate. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Hill. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Saints are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Lutz good on the extra point. And that cuts this lead down to 13. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 112 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead, no doubt. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Corral going to sneak it. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
I'm going to give a little credit here. I think he caught him by surprise with the quarterback sneak call there.
Yeah, he did. Still a yard shy, though, but able to get down to the 1. Gonzalez out now to try the Panther field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Hill. He'll find its tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave